Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is an AMRAP for 20 minutes. It's called Halloweenie. It is 5 deadlifts, 10 push-ups, 15 V-ups, and 20 box jump overs. So we're gonna go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can go ahead and get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our deadlift. So again, if we have a barbell, we'll start with that and then we'll move on to the modifications. So we're gonna set up at the barbell. We wanna be nice and close. Our shins are gonna be touching the barbell. We're always going to lead with our chest upward, like a hook is coming down from the ceiling and pulling us up. We never wanna be leaning over the barbell. And we never wanna be squatting too far down each time we come down with the barbell. We never want our butt to go, lower than our knee. So we're gonna set up, I prefer for deadlifts to do a mixed grip, so one palm out, one palm in. This just prevents the barbell from rolling out of your hands. Now it is only 5 deadlifts at a time, so I would try to challenge yourself here and go a little bit heavy. But make sure it's something that you can do for 5 reps continuously. Now as the reps go on and maybe the rounds are going up and you're getting tired, maybe you can split that up. But initially it should be a weight that you feel comfortable with doing 5 deadlifts in a row with good form. That is the most important part, good form. So again, we never want our shoulders to come forward or our back to get rounded. So make sure each time you're pulling your shoulders back and they're engaged, and you want to be squeezing back into your shoulder blades the whole time. You want to keep that chest up, never over. You want to come down, and when you're coming up with the barbell, it should be against your shins. You see how my shin is straight up and down and not over the barbell? That's preferred, but sometimes people with mobility and everything come up a little bit. But make sure as you're pulling up, you're pulling that shin back, those knees back, so that shin is nice and straight, so you have a straight line. And your knee is out of the way, and then once it comes over your knee, you're going to get straight, and then again, we're coming down straight, and once we reach that knee, then we can start bending a little bit at the knee. Back and core, back is always straight, core is always engaged to stay nice and tight to prevent injury. So again, set up at that barbell. We're gonna have that reverse grip. We're gonna make sure everything is tight. My shoulders are back, my core is engaged, and I'm gonna lift up with the barbell. We're never leaning back at the top. People tend to do that for whatever crazy reason. Just stand straight up. You can even squeeze your butt at the top. When you do this, you're putting a lot of pressure on that lower back, and you're making yourself, when you're standing straight up, everything's in a nice straight line, your whole body is able to support your whole body. Once we start leaning and doing crazy things, now when we're leaning forward and the weight is coming here, right, there's nothing to support it but your shoulders. So now you're putting a lot of pressure and that lower back, right? So if everything is in a nice straight line, each part of my body is stacked on top of the other, and it's able to support the weight in the right way in order to prevent injury. So again, form over weight. So if you don't have a barbell, you have a kettlebell, again, try a heavier kettlebell for this. You can just do the same movement, and again, same form, same thing with your dumbbell. And again, try to pick heavier weights for those things. If don't have weights, working out at home, but you have your bands, you can use bands as well. Both feet in, heavier resistance on the band. You want to grab low, come down, and you're just going to stand up with the band. Again, heavier resistance for this if you have it. Okay, so that's all of our deadlifts. Moving on to our push-ups. So again, let's talk about stacking things. We want our hand underneath our shoulder. This is going to support everything. Once we start moving outward, there's nothing there to support, right? So you're putting pressure on a lot of different things that we don't need. So we want to make sure we're in a nice straight plank position. Our hands are underneath our shoulders. We're looking forward, we're coming down. Preferably if you can touch the ground, and you want to come all the way up so you have a straight elbow, no half push-ups. I feel like guys tend to do that more than girls. No offense, guys. So from side perspective, and again, everything is in a straight line so that we're coming down evenly. So if you find yourself touching before you get your chest down, that means you're probably doing a little bit of saggy butt. So just bring that butt up. Or if you find that your butt's up, your chest is hitting first, make sure you just bring that butt down. So no pikes and no sags. So a modification you could do on your knees. Again, I like to keep my legs crossed, same form, everything straight, coming down evenly. Now the better your form is on that, it's going to be just as good as a regular push-up. But if you start bringing your hands in too close or too wide, or do some kind of, or not come all the way down, or your body is not straight, that's when things, you're just not gonna get as much out of it as you would with better form. The other thing we could do for push-ups, since we are using the box, and if you do have a box or a bench, or you can stack plates, again, we want nice straight body, and you come down and touch that box with your chest. It's also good for our pregnant people that can't do push-ups. Doing it on the box, you're good with that. Okay, V-ups, everybody's favorite. So we are going to be a nice straight line, and we're going to come up with our feet and arms at the same time, engaging that core. Modifications, knees, alternating legs, leg raises with your hands out in almost a hollow rock position, or just leg raises or flutter kicks. Okay, so the last movement is going to be our box jump over. So with these, you know, I'm constantly making sure that you stand up at the top, that it's just everything is very one. So with the box jump overs, you get to be a little bit less form, less rules, I guess you can say. You get to go a little crazy. So you can kind of jump on the box however you want, right? And you don't have to stand up at the top because we just want to get over the box. Some people just jump all the way over the box, and that's fine too. If you're new, I wouldn't do that. It's a great way to hurt yourself if you're just not ready to do that. Okay, so we can do regular box jump and then just jump over, turning. Make sure though, if you're doing that and you're turning, you switch the way you turn on either side so you don't get dizzy. The other thing you can do is side jumps. And again, it should be fast like that, but if you have to stop at the top, that's fine, and then jump over to the other side. That's quite okay too. You can do box step overs, so step all the way up, come down, and again, lead with the foot on the box. So modifications, lower box. You can do regular box jumps. You can set up plates to a height that you feel comfortable with. You can do step overs. The other thing you can do with a plate, you can jump up, squat, down, squat, and so forth. So that is the workout for the day. And again, it's as many rounds as possible for 20 minutes. Happy Halloweenie.